Hello, welcome to Digital Works. And today's class we will see good information about HTML block, inline elements, and classes, right? So these three are different concepts: HTML block, elements, inline elements, and classes, right? So first we will see these two sets. These two are belongs to one category: block level elements and inline elements, right? So don't worry, even though if you're not able to understand, first to see the descriptive part, and after that we will see the programming part as usual, and you will get a clarity at the end of the session, right? And here, if we come to the block level elements, a block, yes, we know the basic definition of the block, right? A block is nothing but it's a one type of a container which contains a lot of things, right? So here also, a block level elements always starts on a new line and takes up the full width available. That is, this particular definition lines is simply telling the functionality about the block level elements, right? So to implement this block level elements, I need to use a tag. The tag is called as div tag, right? This div tag is used to implement the block level, right? Block level elements. Okay, so I once again repeat. So by using this div tag, I can implement the block level elements. The main functionality of this block level elements is, if there are many number of lines are there. Suppose I took a paragraph has a many number of lines. In that lines, i need to I need to define some background color of that paragraph, and also I need to define the font of the words. So for that, there is a separate properties also there, but I does not want to use all the properties for each and every line. I need to use by using a single tag to define the font of the paragraph and also background of the paragraph, right? So it's simply telling is type of style which need to apply on a paragraph. Okay, you got it? So if I use the div tag, it's simply telling that I am using a block level elements, right? So here I have using a property called padding. So if we use a property padding, it simply tells that the spacing of allotment. See, you can observe here 10 px nothing but pixels, 10 px, 5 px, 15 px, and 20 px. So here observe carefully, this particular 10 px will apply the top level of spacing, and this 5 px apply the right side spacing, and this 15 px applies bottom level of padding, and coming to the 20 px apply left side spacing, right? In the same way, if I use only three values, the three values are simply tells that one for top, and second for right and left, and third for bottom, right? If I use only two values, it simply tells the top and bottom for the first one, and the second value for the right and left. And if I use only one value, it simply tells that applying the spaces on our four types. The four types are nothing but, what are the four types? Right here: top, right, bottom, left. Okay, you got it? So this is the brief information about the block level elements, right? I once again repeat, a block level elements are simply used to apply some font style and some background color by using a simple div tag. Okay, so we will see the program how this particular block level up can be used, right? So as usual, we will see the block level, right? So here, as usual, we are using the doc type. It simply tells the type of the document, and I am using the HTML, and I does not use the header tagger, but you as a programmer, as a good programmer, you need to write the header tag also, so you can define the head section, right? So don't worry if I does not define, you please remember and define the head tag, and you give the proper title also. And here after that, I need to write some paragraph, right? To write the paragraph, I have written some paragraph by using the p tag, and here I simply write some repeated statement. Div tag is used to apply the style for many number of lines, that is a block of statements. We can also apply style for the block of statements. So here I simply, to get a good paragraph, I simply repeat the statements. Don't worry that the matter, you can write whatever the matter as your wish, but remember what type of tags I have used. I use a p tag. I use a p tag. That means this particular paragraph need to apply the background color as cyan and font color as black, and spacing should be applied with a value of 40 pixel. And you observe carefully, this div tag started here and it has ended at the end of the two paragraphs. So in between I have defined one paragraph and I have defined another paragraph, and in between here I have also used a heading also, right? So you got it, you will get a clear idea here what I did. I simply apply a div tag and I define the style, and after that I use the two paragraph, and after that I close the div tag, right? So now we will see what is the output, right? And I simply clicked my output into the browser, right? So you will get a clear idea what is my output, right? So this is a simple information what I given the heading tag. Heading tag is wait a minute, heading tag is, I have given the heading tag as London, right? The what is the font of this particular London is black, right? So here observe carefully, this is a black, and after that I have given the H2 so that it need to appear as a heading, right? And after that the same paragraph. So this particular paragraph I have given by the p tag so that it will be structured, right? And see what is the background color of this paragraph. This particular background color is cyan, and the padding has been applied in all four ways: top, bottom, left and right with a 40 px, right? Got it? So this is a brief information about the block level elements, right? So remember, block level elements can be applied by using the div tag, right? So now we will go to the inline elements, right? And inline elements, what is meant by inline element? And this is a very simple concept, the same concept, but here I can apply the styles for only single line elements. That's why it does not need to start any new lines. It takes much width as it is necessary, right? So very simple, here I will use the tag as a span. I will use the tag as a span. If I use tag as a span, it simply tells it I am going to use a inline tag, right? So I simply copy the same text and I replace here in the body tag, and I will observe carefully what I am going to do. Very simple thing, right? I simply paste here and press the save button, and we will see what is the output, right? What is the output is, if I press refresh, right? Yes, it's simply a heading, and in the middle of the heading I have applied one type of a style. That is, I need to define that particular inline word as a in the red color, right? So this type of way of giving the style can be considered as a inline element style, inline elements. Okay, so to implement the inline I need to use the span, right? You will get a clear idea what is meant by blocked line, blocked elements and inline elements. Blocked elements is used to apply the style format for many number of lines, and inline elements is applied only for a single things, right? And coming to the classes, this is a very important concept. These two concepts can be applied by using the single method called classes, right? This HTML class is an attribute which makes possible to define equal styles of both the div tag and for the span tag also, of both div tag and span tag also, right? Of both div tag and span elements. Okay, so I will define how it can be possible for the both span and div tags by using a class, right? Very simple. If you observe carefully the code, you will get a clear idea, right? So here you see what I did. I have given the as usual document and HTML root tag. Observe carefully here in the head section, I define the style. I have defined, I does not define the complete style information to the body. I straight away define the what type of style I need to apply. So here I use a div. That means by seeing the div at the header section, I need to identify that okay, in the body section there is a block of statements are there. That particular block of statements has a class name as cities. I have given a class name as cities, and that particular cities class name has a background color with a blue and some font color as a white, and I have given as some property as a margin, and I use the padding also. And after that I close the style. Observe carefully here, I define in the form of a flavor brackets, and after that I close the style and header section close and straight away enter the body. And here what I did, I simply use the div tag and I give the attribute called class and with a value as the name, and straight away I print the same information, and I simply close the div tag and I close the body and I finally close the HTML. Observe carefully once again what I did, the same thing. I define a style tag at the head section and I use the div property div element here with a name as a cities, and I define the properties, and after that I close in the style and I simply use the div tag in the body and I use the attribute class and I have given a value as cities, right? So we will see the output. HTML classes I have defined, the same output it will be appear, right? So you will get a clear. Okay, so what I did, I simply changed the color as a blue, right? So whatever the color, if you give the red color, it simply apply the red color for it, right? Refresh, right? You will get it. I think you got a clear idea, right? In the same way, I can also use for the span also, right? So we will see the span or how it will be applied, right? Okay, we will try here for the span. So what is a span? What is the span code here? I have simply copied. So we will define the style. Just wait a minute. You will get a clear idea. What is it? Just I will. Yes, if you can see that here, what I did, I have defined the span at the styles part with a name as a cities, and I had defined the properties. What is the font size, and I had given the color as red. And after that, I close the style, and straight away I have used some one heading and one paragraph. In middle, you can define the property. So here I have given my Tokyo, capital of Japan, right? So I need to apply the style for this particular Tokyo, capital of Japan, as a cities. What is the cities? I define in the header section. The cities is font size should be 120% and color is red, right? And here I define a paragraph. This is some and Canberra. So what is the letter? This is the capital city of Australia, and this is the Canberra. And I have given the same font, right? So if we observe carefully, what will be there in the, I will check at this particular file name. You can see the output. Oh, it is refreshing. Yes. See what happened. So this particular zone, I have defined the style, and here in the middle of the paragraph also I can define, right? I think you got a clear idea about the classes, right? So this is a very simple information. These are the very easy way of making the HTML document in a very stylish manner, right? So in today's section we have seen what is a block and what is inline and classes, right? So by listening these type of concepts, you need to practice. If you practice more and more, and you will get a good clear idea about what type of tag I need to use, right? So what type of tag I need to define and I need to use to make a good appearance, right? So these are the simple information about this HTML block inline elements classes. And thanks for watching, and tomorrow session we will see the importance of cascading style sheets, right? Thanks a lot for watching, right? Bye.